I got a video today about a lady who is saying men who like women are simps. She just describes simps as the men who like women only. So basically, and I'm going to say this again, men who like women are simps. That's how you define a man. If he's a simp, he likes women. These are the sort of conversations that's taking place, and these are the sort of mentalities that, are happening right now. So listen carefully to the video, men. And any woman that have any kind of sense as well, please listen to the video and hear if this makes logical sense based on what a simp is, if you even know what generally a simp is associated with.
Most men consider simping a behavior that is unacceptable. For me, simping is a man who actually likes women. And if you're not familiar with what simping is, I've made a video like this before, but it's basically respecting and loving your woman and treating her right. The irony is they think this is bad behavior, and in actuality, this is how women should be treated. And it is such a shame that this is considered a negative trait for a man to have. And it is true. If you listen to these red pill men, they're like, don't be simps, don't be simps. So you don't like women? Like, is that what I'm hearing?
It's not about not liking women. It's literally about men who are chasing women. And a lot of the time, women ain't giving what's required back. The sort of responses, the sort of effort that he's putting in. Effort that shouldn't happen if a woman is not showing the genuine interest from the get-go, or during the attempts at him trying to make conversation and trying to initiate things. So that's where a simp is. A simp will be desperate in his attempts, try and do things that are out of his sort of remit, just to impress you, thinking this is what I have to do to impress. Although I may not want it, although I may not think this makes sense, but I know that this is the only way I'm going to get this person's attention. So I'm going to maybe send money. I'm going to maybe be desperate in the text messaging or the messaging that takes place between the two. And women know when there's a man that's acting desperate. This does not signify because a man is doing this, he only likes women. And those are the men that only like women. It's good men who like women. If you find one, then you will change your mentality. But because you haven't found one, this is why these kinds of, conversations are being had. So that is the reason. It's nothing to do with a man being a simp is the only man that likes women. It's the type of man that we're talking about here, leading the right way and seeing the synergy of both parties. And then once we start getting to know the person better, then we can start doing things that make sense. It's not like good men don't want to do things. It's just the process and how it starts and then how everything ensues from that point. So make that clear, make that distinction. It's nothing to do with simps only liking women. It's good men who like women. And then once you can get one, you will see how that works and how the process works.
It is always the men with the least to lose who will come and say, don't simp. With what? Your coins? Don't worry, sir. Your dimes are safe. If you ever hear a man say, I will never simp, I am not a simp, or what simp behavior, anything like that, girl, you need to bolt. Okay, that is a man who does not respect women. That is a man who doesn't love women and understand our value in this society at all. Simping is not a bad thing. It is a good thing. Men should love their partner. They should treat them right. I don't know what's wrong with everyone now. This is why I'm always doing these videos on what not to do and how to find the bad guy. Like basically pointing out bad behaviors so that you know the good ones. But simping is not a bad thing. Like these are actually the men who like women. All you other guys, I don't know what you're doing.
And now you've heard the video about what she said. This doesn't make any logical sense because if you know what the general term for a simp is, you know what it means. You know it's about the man who gets nowhere fast. You know it's about the man who's trying to do everything to impress her and he's not really getting through. You know the guy that has to ask the woman 3, 4, 5 times to go out for a date and then maybe she reluctantly agrees. You know the guy that sends money, just to be able to get her to be open to his advances. Sends money early. Says here, this is what I'm going to do because I'm trying to more or less get to know you. That's his mentality. That's a simp. Doing things from a superficial standpoint a lot of the time to try and get the woman interested. Hanging out in the friend zone. All of these things. And yet women say they want a man who leads, a man who's a leader. That is not a form of a leader. A man who leads will be able to say, this makes sense, that doesn't make sense. I'm not getting the two-way street sort of, communication that I need. I propose something that I think is good, that I've found out that maybe she could like. I propose it. She doesn't want it. Then you try and now say, okay, so let me try and do this and that. Let me try. Instead of you getting back to her and making it clear that, okay, if there's another place or another thing you want to do, I'm available at such and such time, and I'll propose something, as opposed to trying to now just do something that's not within your remit. That's not within something that you would actually do. You're supposed to be bringing her to your world and showing her what sort of things that, you have, your vision, and then see if that works. And if it doesn't work, you don't force anything, you move on. But a simp will try and prove to you in ways, like I said, that's outside of his remit, where a good guy, if you ever get them, and I think that's the struggle that she's having, a good guy will be able to understand from the get-go if this person is showing what's required for him to continually keep investing, for him to keep doing what's required, potentially when it comes to now maybe going further to maybe be, in a relationship. So that's all it is. There's good guys out there, not easy to find because they're good. They're either in relationships or they're either chilling, laid back, don't go out too much, so in order for you to get that, you're going to have to do what's required. You're going to have to be outside. You're going to have to, understand the sort of things that he is looking for. And good guys know generally what women are looking for, the smart women, what women come with, the good characteristics. They know the benefits that a woman will be giving them. And good guys know the benefits that a woman should have just in general. So this notion that, they don't know what is important in terms of women in society. Oh yeah, good guys do. But we're not going to pander just to be able to get you to like us. We're not going to pander just to be able to get you to, understand our point of view in terms of anything that, good guys speak on. So I'm making the distinction between good guys and simps. If you are a simp, hey, good luck. Do what you do. But this message is for the good guys who are trying to just do what's required, see the women that they believe make sense to invest in, see if they're getting anything back from them in terms of the agreements, communication, being agreeable, being easy to talk to, being easy to vibe with. These are the things that good guys are looking for. These are the things that good guys do. So this whole simp term, don't try and change the simp analogy and what it really is. It's the desperate guy. It's the guy who, like I said, pulls out all the stops, tries to spend on expensive things to try and impress a person. Initially tries to, like I said, hang around in a friend zone, hoping for that moment, puts women on a pedestal in a pandering way to try and get women to like them, does things from an ulterior motive a lot of the time. You have to check out all of these things. Good guys are ready to do what's required for the good person who shows what they need to show and are not difficult or, don't put on the game to try and be chased. None of that. It's a seamless interaction. You're on it, he's on it. She's on it, he's on it. That's how it works. And if you're not showing what's required, good guys, they go. They don't have time to waste. So make that understanding very clear. And men, be very mindful. If you're a good guy and you're one of the guys that's not here for no games, you're here to just do what's required. Once you get the good girl, be mindful. But if you're a simp, like I said, keep doing what you do. This is not really for you because you're going to keep doing what you do anyway. You're going to keep being the simp, the panderer, and that's fine. But you have to be very mindful out there of how women are speaking. Some women are speaking and know how to maneuver, because at the end of the day, It's a game to try and get you to do things that don't make logical sense when you're starting to try and generate a potential connection with someone. Make moves that make logical sense and watch if the woman is being open to your advances in a seamless manner. Don't put someone on a pedestal because of the way they look. It's important to make the steps that only show connection when two people are making the same sort of advances and efforts together. So it'll be interesting to find out what people think and like the video and understand what's going on out here.